Hello everyone, Linda Israel here, and the scent of the day is Pink Champagne. It's a real rose scent, kind of romantic. I like it. It's kind of fun to have a scent in my room. If you're interested in these soy wax melts and candles, check out my store. It is in the link description box below. Today I'm going to work on a Brutus Monroe project, and the first thing that I'm going to do is I've got a piece of linen, kind of watercolor-like paper. It's cardstock that I purchased by the Ream from the paper store, and I've got a couple of colors of Glimmer Mist here. I've got Blarney, and I have Party Pink. And remember, with Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist and most sprays that have glimmer in them like this, you want to shake them from side to side or bang them against your hand. You do not want to shake them in an up and down motion because that will clog up your mechanism and cause them to leak. So shake them side to side. What I'm going to do with this is I've decided this is going to be a background for my card that I'm making. So I'm going to just spray it a little bit with the green. And then I'm going to go back in and spray it with the Party Pink. And then I'll dry this with my heat tool and move on. After I dried this, I've decided that I wanted just a little bit darker color. So I've got some Cranberry Zing, and I'm going to add that in the corner as well. And then I'm going to use the Cranberry Zing and put some splatters by opening up the bottle and then just hitting the wand and put some splatters on here. I've got a standard A2 greeting card that I want this to be on, so I'm going to adhere it and use some Aleene's tacky glue. I'm just putting an acrylic block on top of this because the paper is wet a little bit and it may curl up, so this will just help it to lay flat until I'm ready for it. I have the Brutus Monroe stamp set. I believe this is the Conservatory set. Roses in Conservatory has all of the sayings and then the little roses in here. And I've already got it loaded into my Misty. So I've got it loaded here on my Misty. And I've got another piece of white, plain white cardstock. And I just want to stamp this on here so that I can cut it out. So I'm just going to place this in here. I'm going to use my Brutus Monroe Detail ink and ink this up. I'm going to color this rose in, or flower in, a little bit differently than normal. I'm going to use the Brutus Monroe inks. These are the surface inks. And what I'm going to do is I've got these tools that are called Fantastics by Imagine Crafts, and they're like, in a sense, a different way of applying ink, almost like it's a ink pad in a pencil form, in that what you do is you take the end and then you run it across your ink pad and it loads up the ink into this little stick. And then you can go in and color your image. So I'm going to go around and color my image on this rose using these sticks. And they even have little lids so you can put the cap back on, snap it in place, and then it will actually retain that color. You can wash these with soap and water if you want to change colors. I ended up buying several of those so that I didn't have to wash them out. So now I'm going to use that was cabbage that I just used, and this is going to be rouge. So I'm going to take this and color the flowers. Then I've got the Zest ink, which is a yellow. Oops, forgot to take the lid off. And I'm going to use that in the centers of the flowers. So for those of you out there that either don't like markers, don't own markers, or just want an alternative to coloring, that's a way you can color this image. Okay, so now I'm going to fussy cut this out and then we will move on. I've got the image fussy cutted out. I'm going to go back around any of the white areas with the green, where the greenery is, and kind of cover those areas up so it's not so stark white. I don't have to do all of them, but I just wanted to do a few. With the scrap piece that I have here, I've got the Stamp Club, or Stamp of the Month, from Brutus Monroe. And this is the Happy Birthday, or what does this say? This is the Birthday Wishes. So you've got Birthday Wishes and Happy Birthday. I'm going to use the Happy Birthday. Just place this on an acrylic block. I'm going to use the Brutus Monroe Detail Ink in black, or Raven. I'm just going to stamp this on this corner because I plan to cut it out. I'm just going to use a pair of scissors and cut this out somewhat straight if I can. Now I want this to match my flower, so I'm going to use the Brutus Monroe Rouge and the Fantastics again. I'm just going to go down the center here. There's a little curlicue, and kind of add some color. Add some color around the edges as well. And then I'm going to take the actual ink cube and run it along the edges, and that'll give it a really nice dark edge. With my Vagabond and a scrap of pink paper, I cut out this Sizzlix Thinlet from Tim Holtz. So I've got this real pretty piece here. And I think I'm about ready to start layering the card together. So I'm going to adhere this pink piece on the paper. I'm just using the Aleene's white glue. If this area up here bothers you, if it's sticking up, I've got the Zig 2A glue. And what I'll do is just paint a little bit of that glue on the back side of that image. And then stick it down. I'm going to adhere down the little roses with the white glue as well. I've got some pop dots here. I'm going to put that on the back of the Happy Birthday. And then I have some tulip glitter glue. This is normally glue that you see in the t-shirt department at the craft and hobby stores. And I have found that for me it works really good on paper and gives a nice little shimmer. So I'm just going to add a little bit of shimmer here and there to my card. And then put a little bit up here on the Happy Birthday banner. I got a few of these self-adhesive rhinestones from Paper Studios. I'm just going to place a few of these here and there on the card. There is my finished card using the new Brutus Monroe Happy Birthday Wishes. That is the Stamp Club stamp, and the roses in Conservatory roses. I always say the word wrong. I'll have it in the link description below. Use some Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist, the Tim Holtz die, some bling from Paper Studios, and the tulip glue, glitter glue or glitter paint to add a little shimmer to the card. I hope you enjoyed this little video of how I made this greeting card. If you have any questions, please comment below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends so others can see it as well. If you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. Check out the description box below for links to the products and the blog about this particular card. Thanks so much for watching today. You are greatly appreciated. Have a fabulous day. Bye.